Hello, today I'm going to use this presentation to teach you about training bear hunting dogs. So this is a picture of Savage, and he is one of our hounds that we currently have when he was a puppy. He's about 110 pounds, and in this picture he was teeny tiny, so it's fun to see how much he has grown. But it took us about 2 years to train him to be a bear hunting dog, and the steps that we took to train him and all the rest of our dogs is kind of what we use to follow to train all of our dogs. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So the first step in finding a successful bear hunting dog is getting a puppy. And so some people prefer to get puppies from good bloodlines. Some people prefer to get puppies from litters where both the parents hunt the intended game that they want their puppy to hunt. This picture is actually of Savage's litter. We went all the way to Ohio for him, so this is a picture from Ohio, and his parents actually both hunted coon, but we wanted the type of breed of dog he is because he's actually a Blue Gascon, so we drove all the way to Ohio to pick him up, and we bought him with the intent of using him as a bear hound. According to Live Outdoors, a magazine that writes articles about hunting and fishing, getting your puppy acquainted to the outdoors or the woods is an extremely important aspect to their training. So we spend a lot of time with our puppies out in the woods. We play a lot of what we call hide and seek, where one of us will hold the puppy and one of us will run away, and then the puppy has to try and find us. And in general, we just try and make paths where the puppies have to go over logs or where they have to go through thick brush so they get used to moving through the terrain that they will be hunting in when they grow up. Basic training is another aspect that we spend a lot of time on with our puppies. According to Annette Zenner from Big Timber Redbones Kennel and an avid bear hunter and houndsman in Wisconsin for over 30 years, nothing is more annoying than having a puppy who doesn't want to load up into the dog box or come out of the dog box. We also spend a lot of time on leash training to make sure that our dogs aren't pulling us in all sorts of directions, because there are some times when we get done with a bear tree where we have to lead 5-6 dogs out of the tree. And it can be very difficult when you have 6 dogs going in different directions and you're walking through the woods because there's always a tree that they manage to get wrapped around. Now that your puppy has gotten used to the woods and knows how to handle well on a leash and in the dog box, the next step is getting them to follow their natural instincts. We usually do this by getting a coon and letting it go during the broad daylight. The dogs love to chase things that run in front of them. It doesn't really matter what it looks like or what it smells like, but anything that runs, they like to chase. So if we let the coon go and we give the dogs a little chance to watch it run, and then we let the dogs loose, they typically will follow behind it and put it up a tree. For example, this is a picture of us training our hounds that we're going to run on bear on a coon just to get them used to following something by sight and smell and watching it go up a tree. The final step to getting your hound to run bear is letting it go on one. Bear season in Wisconsin for training doesn't start until July 1st, so you have to wait until that date to let your puppy go. Once it's July 1st, you typically find somebody who has another experienced dog, or maybe one of your own experienced dogs, and you let your puppy go with that. It is much easier for the puppy to follow another dog that knows what it's doing than for the puppy to try and figure it out on its own. After a few times of following the dog that knows what's going on, the puppy will eventually get it itself, and then you will have a successful bear dog. Training a hound how to be a successful bear dog takes a lot of patience and a lot of time. It can take many years for your hound to reach its full potential on bear. Just remember that every hound progresses at its own rate, and that some hounds are just not meant to be bear hounds. Some are better as coon dogs, or some are just really, really great pets. I hope that you learned a lot about how to train a puppy to be a bear dog in this presentation.